Now we're going to use the website windy.com to collect data on the temperature and wind conditions on both sides of the Himalayan mountains. So to give you a little orientation, here's the country of India, and Nepal is entirely within the Himalayan mountain range. So you can see this band of dark purplish blue here. That shows us where the Himalayan mountains are. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is temperature. That's the next row on our data table. So on this website, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click the temperature layer on the right-hand side. And that's going to change the colors that we see on the map. Down here in the lower right is a scale bar showing us what temperatures the different colors correspond to. Now, we're only going to concern ourselves with warmer or colder because we're comparing the relative temperatures on both sides of this mountain chain here. So take a look at the colors that you see north of the Himalayan mountains and the colors that you see south of the Himalayan mountains. And we're going to describe our relative temperature in our data table as either warm or cold for both of these locations here. Once you've described the temperature, we're going to come back over to the right-hand side and we're going to click on wind. We're going to look at the prevailing wind direction in this part of the world. Now, when we say prevailing wind direction, what that means is what direction is most of the wind coming from. If you remember from meteorology, the wind spirals or turns around high or low pressure systems, so our wind direction is constantly changing, but there are overall trends. So to figure out what our overall prevailing wind direction is, we want to look at where we see motion. All these they look like little arrows or little fish swimming. All these particles show us where wind is flowing. So to determine our prevailing wind direction, remember we always describe the direction that wind is coming from, we just want to watch. And when I look at this, I see a lot of stuff moving this direction. That is moving from south towards the north. Now it kind of breaks up when it hits the land. These things happen. But take a second, watch the different particles moving and decide for yourself, what is my prevailing wind direction? Where is most of my wind coming from as we move towards the Himalayan mountains in Nepal and northern India? And then you're going to record that direction in your data table, either north, south, east, or west. Okay, and remember, it's the direction that the wind is coming from. Once you've recorded both the temperature and wind direction in your data table, we're now done with this website for the time being. As with the first one, we are going to come back to this website for 2 other locations. All right. So next time you come back to this website, we're going to need to change where we are. Location 2 is again going to be over here in South America in the Andes Mountains. And then location 3 is going to be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in Hawaii. Okay, so location 1 was over here. Location 2 is going to be here. And location 3 is going to be here.